Reporting live from the crib. Welcome back to Born Baller. Now, I didn't want to make this too long of a video, but I did want to give you guys some of my philosophies, thoughts, just how I move when it comes to fantasy football. I've been playing in my home league for about 8 or 9 years, I believe we're going on now. Yes, I do have a ring in my home league. I also have a ring in a couple other leagues. I was playing fantasy football a little bit before that, so I have a decade plus of experience. So I definitely could give you guys some good advice. But like I said, I do have a ring, so my advice does come with a little status, if you will. So to get started off, let's go into the first tip. I like to take 3 RB1s. I just like to have 3 guys that I know are the main ball toters on their team. Whether it's a guy like Derrick Henry, Saquon, you see what he did last year, even guys like Isaiah Pacheco, who is definitely going to be on one of my favorites videos list because he's going like RB29 right now in the Chiefs offense. That's not adding up to me for real. So definitely get you 3 of those types of guys because you never know what can happen. It's football. Somebody could get hurt in 2 seconds. My second tip is to take your guys, forget the ADP, forget the projections, take your guys. If you have a feeling on a guy, like I did last year with Jamar Chase and with J.K. Dobbins, take him. I had the second pick and I took him. People were like, you're going to take CeeDee Lamb. I wonder why they said that. Nah, I took my guy and it turned out great. Didn't get the chip, but I had a great season still. And you don't want to be sick. Like, I could have had him if I just chose him. You don't want to live with that feeling all season long because it will burn inside of you. You don't want that. So take your guys. Don't take all the guys that are on your team. If you're a Cowboys fan, Dolphins fan, Eagles fan, fuck the Eagles, any team, don't take all the guys on your team. You're just going to mess yourself up and you're going to be too invested. So now you lose in your actual team and you lose in fantasy, you're going to want to jump off a bridge. So don't take too many of your guys.
Don't take too many of your guys or too many guys on the same team in general, unless you're stacking. We'll talk about stacking later.
But take your guys if you have a gut feeling on them for sure. All right, now this third tip is a tip that you need to remember all season long. And that is every year is different, but every week is different too. So just because a guy goes for 2 touchdowns last week does not necessarily mean he's going to go for 2 touchdowns this week. He was playing a terrible defense last week. This week, he's playing the old 2000 Baltimore Ravens. Don't just start him just because he had 2 touchdowns last week. Every week is different, and every week can make or break your entire season. Take it week by week. You literally never know how the season can turn around. The commissioner in my league, I believe he started out 1-5 and ended up winning the championship. Take it week by week. Make the right moves, make the right trades so you can get that dub. All right, and this next tip is like a kind of a half a tip. I'm not even really going to count it, but I'm going to give it to you guys once you like, comment, and subscribe. Click the button real quick so I can give you the tip. I'm going to wait 2 seconds. 1, 2. Thank you. The quick tip, mobile quarterbacks are the cheat code. Simple, easy. Mobile quarterbacks, you need one if you want to be successful. All right, I got 2 more tips for you guys. Like I said, I didn't want to hold you too long. Just wanted to give you some new tips to get into the season, get your mind right, get into the swing of things. So, number 4 is weighing the options of the most likely scenario and the best and worst case scenario. So, in my opinion, I like to just make a little pie chart, right? So, I'll put 50% for the most likely situation, 25% best, 25% worse. Excuse me. That just threw me all the way off, of course. So I like to make a little pie chart myself, and it would be a 50% most likely situation. And then you just try to determine if the person is in a situation where they can reach their best case scenario or they're going to reach their worst case scenario. Let's take some examples from this year, right? So Christian McCaffrey. He's in a good scenario, but do I really want to live with a guy who missed all that time with an Achilles injury, plus 30? I'm not sure. Yeah, they didn't draft any quarterback or running backs, but That's not really how I'm trying to live my fantasy season. Let's take Travis Kelce on the other hand. Only 2 touchdowns last year. He's going to come back this year. He's Travis Kelce. He's got to have a bounce back year.
What's the opposite of regression to the mean? Progression to the mean? Advancement to the mean? Whatever it is, that's what he's going to do.
So I'm willing to take that risk because the worst case scenario, he could be dust. And if I make that decision, I'm willing to live with it. But if he's not and he's Travis Kelce and I get the number 1 tight end in the 9th, 10th round, let's eat the dubs. Let's not eat the dubs. That might be a bad luck. So, getting into the last tip, speaking of Travis Kelce, I'm not taking any tight ends till I got at least 4 wide receivers and 3 running backs. Until then, I'm not even looking at a tight end. For why? They're not going to help. They definitely could be a hindrance onto your team if they're not producing at a high level. And how many tight ends are really going to do that this year? Let me know in the comments below how many tight ends you think are going to ball out this year.